I'm gonna repeat it so y'all could run and tell them. I, Selwyn Peter, say Mohamed Orfanati is doing a great job. Um, Obviously, as president, he cannot do it alone, and sometimes he's got to have a stick behind the ass of those contractors because some of them are not doing what they have to do, doing what they're contracted to do, and doing it within the parameters or the scope within which they're hired to do the work. So sometimes it's irritating. But his ministers have to do their work. Contractors have to do their work. The bureaucrats have to do their work. And Guyanese have to do their work as well. I don't think the PPP are in trouble for the next election. And I mean, the PPP came into office in August 2020. And so they're going to have to call elections. They're going to have to call elections in June or July of 2020. So 2025, sorry. So they're going to have to call elections in June, July 2025. So the time is ticking by. And Azzrudin Mohamed has no hope in an election. The fact that he has a popularity amongst the citizens as an influencer, as a multimillionaire, you gotta ask yourself if that translates to votes. But then I think other things will happen that is unfortunate for the Mohammeds. That's gonna make their focus change. They may well be influenza virus. Natasha, look, don't get me started. All right, we could talk about Cardinal versus Cannonball. You know, you raise an interesting issue. We could talk about a promise. You know, you must be a lawyer. I gotta check you out to see who you are because now you got me all started. There was a case that all law students around the world deals with this case. It's called Cardinal versus Cannonball. And it was an issue. It was an issue in respect to whether. So it was a unilateral. It was a unilateral contract where this company in the 1800s said, "Look, if you use our carbolic smoke ball and you get influenza, then we will give you a prize, right?" That's what that company said. And so this woman, Mistress Carlo, she decided to use the smoke ball. She said she used the smoke ball and she got influenza. Right? She got influenza, and so she wanted her prize. And the company said that we're not giving you this prize, right? So for a contract, you need an offer, you need an acceptance, and you need consideration. right? And the court laughed. The court laughed at the company, and this is what the court said when it considered the foolishness of the offer. It said, "It appears to me, therefore, that the defendant must perform their promise, and if they have been so unwary as to expose themselves to a great many actions, so much the worse for them." So the carbolic smoke ball company case with Mrs. Cardell is a great warning, to the unwary, right? It's a great warning to the unwary. I don't know how the Mohammeds want to situate themselves, what their end goal is with all this public, all the, all this public, trying to gain all this public sympathy or public affection. Right. Beware of what you promise or advertise, but also beware of how you lead the citizens, because if you lead the citizens in a direction, and that direction creates public safety and national security issues, then you have to deal with the consequences. No one else will deal with the consequences but you. Alright, so I've been online for what? I've been online for a while, so I'm going to end this live. It seems like I've been online for close to an hour, 57 minutes. But then I had a host of instigators that sort of led me in the direction of questions and answers, what they wanted me to discuss. Reginald, Natasha, Mahiko Meadows guy, Tony, and the pandit that runs Mahiko Meadows. All of them came up with some interesting questions that I thought, I'd find time to answer. We focused Joe Jaglal, his name is. We discussed a lot about the Mohammeds, but I think it's certainly good time to discuss the Mohammeds, because there's so much happening with the Mohammeds, and it's important to sort of give a perspective on them. And Joe is still here. I didn't realize he was still here. He says Guyana and its people have waited a very long time for this transformation. Please, Guyanese, make the right decision. Contemplate. I mean, a lot of the transformation we're seeing now is because the PPP is in government. And I don't think that any other party can lead us on a positive transformation to 2030 than the PPP government. And that's why I endorsed President Mohamed Orphan Ali for another 5-year term. And I repeat it here without any reservation that I endorse Mohamed Orphan Ali, His Excellency, for a next 5-year term. And I know that Guyanese understand that when you're voting is serious business. Voting has local, national, regional, and international consequences, and people will vote with their conscience, and people will vote for whom they think can lead them forward to 2030. Thank you very much.